The model of the 1958 Plymouth Fury that I'm going to review today represents one of my all-time dream cars, a car I would truly love to add to my personal collection. It's a Motormax model. It comes in this display case. You can see this has collected quite a bit of dust over the years. This model came screwed to the base with a industrial kind of cardboard backing, I guess, designed to be left in that box and displayed. I'm going to take it out, give you a closer look at this model and share with you some of the details. So there it is, the 1958 Plymouth Fury. The Plymouth Fury was the top of the range of the Plymouth models as far as I'm aware, and all Plymouth Furies came in this ivory colour with the gold insert in the spear trim down the side, little gold inserts into the hubcaps, and the Plymouth Fury came of course with a golden Commando 350 cubic inch V8 with two 4-barrel carburetors, which I think is very special and would have been an exciting V8, would have made this car a nice sprightly drive. I'll go through and get some finer details of this lovely little model car. There it is from the front. The grille there is fairly basic. The headlights and the chrome are all really nice, and the paint is lovely and glossy. The fit and finish of this model, it's definitely a lot lower than some of the other models that I've been sharing with you. This is also a more budget-friendly model than some of the other models that I've shared with you as well. Some of the other models that I've shared with you have been running into the several $100 mark, and when I bought it was probably below the $100 mark, so the detail does get a little bit impacted by that lower price point. One of the first places that it's noticeable is under the bonnet here. There's a limited detail here. We can see that it's a V8 engine and it has painted rocker covers and air inlet covers, but the carburetors are fairly basic. There are no spark plug leads or any particularly fancy engine detail. You can make out the generator and the accessory belt. There's some detail captured there. There is that really nice detail of the gold insert into the side trim. Topped at the end by that Fury badge. That's all one gold coloured piece. The brake lights do have a nice rich red insert, which I really like. The standard of the chrome is quite nice, especially considering the amount of contours there are in the bumper bar of the Plymouth Fury. I imagine that would have been a air conditioning vent. I could stand corrected. I don't think there would have been a speaker on the rear parcel shelf, and I think if the car was fitted with air conditioning, the positioning of that unit would have been in the boot. If you know more about the 1958 Plymouth Fury and where the air conditioning was situated, I'd love to hear that. Please put a comment there. I think the insert in the boot there is nice. It's a neat solution and hides some of the internals of the model that you probably wouldn't want to see. And they've done a really nice job of recreating the stainless steel trims around the window. And I really do love these dual antennas. Rear fins on cars was a massive design theme in 1958. Personally, I believe the 1958 Plymouth Fury had the nicest shape. The proportions were just wonderful, and I love the look of the tail fins on all of the different variants of the 1958 Plymouth model. I also think the aggressive rear and front bumper bars on the Fury completed the balance of those tail fins, and on some of the other models like the Plymouth Savoy, where the bumper bars just ended round, the look just wasn't quite complete. it wouldn't have been right to have such a flamboyant bumper bar at the rear if it wasn't followed through on the front. And the 1958 Plymouth Fury did not disappoint on the front bumper bar and the aggressive appearance of it. I'm also a big fan of the rearward leaning A-pillar with that upright kick just toward the top there. I think that really adds to the charm of the vehicle overall and ties in really nicely with the aggressive bumper bars front and rear and those beautifully proportioned tail fins. I love the two-tone interior, especially against that single tone ivory body, the seats and the steering wheel, which I think is a really nice touch. While the detail of the two-tone steering wheel is captured, it would be really nice to see the power steering inset on that horn ring, and it would be really nice to see the 150 mile per hour speedo, because I think that is a pretty important feature of the 1958 Plymouth. The detail does extend to the electric window controls, which I think is really nice, and I can just make out the ashtray in the back of that bench seat there. And given the price point, I think this is a really nicely detailed model. The white walls are really nice and the hubcaps have been chromed well with that nicely painted gold inset. And the door handles are pretty nice with their little chrome inset for the keyhole as well. A nice little detail that could have easily been omitted on a model at this price point. The underneath of this model does have a nicely moulded exhaust system, and we have the basic details of the engine, transmission, tail shaft and differential, the rear leaf springs. There's no detail of the torsion bar front suspension. The quality of the paint though is very good. Right across you can see that the finish is nice and glossy. So that's my 1958 Plymouth Fury. I really do love this model. I'd be willing to pay more for a better quality version of this model. If anyone knows of a version of the Plymouth Fury in the correct trim, please put a comment there. I'd love to get my hands on a more detailed version of this model and share that with you all. This will be the last of those 1/18th scale model videos for a little while now, because I've showed you all of my models. I won't have anything to share until I've got another model. Thanks for watching. See ya.